Some of the lessons I've learned through my rather extensive experience in all these emerging economies, I think you have to focus in countries rich in natural or human resources, especially natural resources. Avoid invest in political unstable countries. Be an early bird to enjoy the first mover advantage. Start with affordable risk. In conclusion, I want to ask you all, do you know which city in China was the most important financial center over 300 years until the Qing dynasty was overthrown in 1911? Anybody could tell me? Not Beijing, not Xi'an, Shanghai was not born yet, of course not Hong Kong. It was a small, unknown town called Pingyao, situated 715 kilometers from Beijing in Shanxi province. Not where I came from, please. It was a backwater, extremely poor town surrounded by infertile land, not easily accessible from any major cities in the old days before their prosperity. It defies all the conventional logic that it became the most important financial center in China over 300 years. Its achievement was not without any government's help, and yet at its peak, it had 22 banks represented more than half of the wealth in the whole of China, controlling banking networks, servicing the whole China, and funding not only commercial activities but also government's needs. In fact, when Empress Dowager left Beijing, fleeing from Anglo-French invasion in mid-1800s, and during Boxer's rebellion in the early 1900s, her first stop was at Pingyao. For what? Borrow money. Yeah. Amazing, right? This is the magic of entrepreneurship. The spirit is known as Jingshang Wenhua. The people at Pingyao was able to think of the box instead of continuing the perpetual vicious circle of poverty as farmers. Some of them venture out to trade in faraway places like Russia and Mongolia. These trading activities brought wealth and turned Pingyao into a merchant city. With the accumulation of abundance of wealth, the local merchants became bankers and gradually turned Pingyao into the financial center in China and ensure 300 years of prosperity and social and political influence. But this has all become the past. Pingyao today, with less than perhaps 200,000 people, is no longer bustling and prosperous. In fact, so poor that they didn't even have the money to pull down the old run-down structures and houses. Perhaps this is a blessing in disguise. They were able to keep most of the old buildings to become a historical relic and a museum. In 1997, Pingyao became a UNESCO World Heritage Site, a place of interest only for tourists. Why? Just because the people at Pingyao stopped reinventing. They were so confident of their old way of winning, old winning formula, that they refuse to recognize the need to change and adapt to the new environment and new reality. After the demise of Qing dynasty, they were in fact invited to participate in the formation of a central bank and adopt a new Western type of banking system. They refuse, they hang on to the Qianzhuang, Chinese call Qianzhuang, this is the bank, look like the pictures that you're looking at now. I think it serves as a good lesson. Reinvent to stay relevant to the times, and this lesson can be applicable to Singapore. If we, as a people, a nation, do not continuously reinvent ourselves, we may just become another UNESCO site. Do I talk like a politician? Thank you so much. Bye.
Thank you, Mr. Wong, for sharing all your experiences.